Previously on Ladies of Darkness. And Richie kind of like rolls his eyes and he just goes, yeah, I'm sure the reason you want me out of the room has nothing to do with this nefarious cult you're making and everything to do with my grades. My name's Doris. Lila if you're biblical, Mr. Light if you're nasty. You're the clever detective. You're Dorian Sato. Can I have your autograph?
I'm human.
You've got sturdy bones, young man.
Yes. Into the sunset.
Yeah, to the sunset. The sunset of, oh fuck, I forgot the name of the damn town. Hot Dog.
The town of Hot Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Augusta. Home at last. Home at last. Yes. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. This is very embarrassing. I'm sorry. This is your operator, Pandora. What can I do for you today? Give me a time and you'll be on your way. Yeah. The year is 1973 and the month is April. The day drives you back to Augusta and takes you to the apartment building from before. And Haniel's not there right now, but when you arrive, like Doris she like looks at all of you very calmly and goes, "Oh, you're back. I'll call her." And goes off to call Haniel. Nina, in the meantime, she like puts the demons in a large cylindrical bin beside her. The Earthbound that you encountered. And
not us.
Yeah, not you guys. She doesn't just shove you guys into a bin.
That would be very rude.
Timeout time.
And she goes, well, while we're waiting, do you guys like, I don't know, like want any Kool-Aid or something?
Oh, heck yeah, I haven't had any sugar water in like a month.
She like goes to the fridge and gets you like like a glass from a pitcher of Kool-Aid and is like, here.
Cherry, my favorite.
So, like, how was the fight and stuff? I mean, obviously it like fucked you up, but
yeah, it wasn't very pleasant.
Oh, is it that obvious?
Well, you do have like bandages all over your body, so like,
oh
yeah, kind of.
Oh, your vacuum worked wonderfully though.
Oh,
it did.
Thanks.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Val, do you have your like phone with you?
Yes, I do have my phone. I brought it in with me.
And she looks at it and she goes, yo, what's that? I mean, like, obviously it's a phone, but, like, can I see it?
Of course you can. Here. And I hand it over.
She, like, inspects it, for a minute and she goes, oh, cool. And hands it back.
Oh, okay. I mean, do you know what this is?
Yeah. It's like what we majors call a, and this is like a super embarrassing name for it, but it's called like a fetish. And it's like a wondrous object that is made with spirit magic rather than prime. So it's like not a normal, like the vacuum is a talisman and it has to be recharged by my magical energy. That's why it's gotta like wait over there. till I can recharge it, since, like, none of you guys are mages, so that's, like, the best I could provide. But the fetish uses spirit magic, so it's, like, I don't know how to explain it. There's, like, a spirit trapped in there that does all of, like, the magic shit.
Oh, that must have been the Pandora thing.
Fucking, I guess.
Well, that explains it, I guess. It's still a weird time-traveling object, but I love those, so...
Oh, well, like, okay. If it's, like, that means that it's imbued with, like, spirit magic and time magic, so it's got, like, a little bit of both. Whoever made that, like, clearly knew, like, more than one type of magic. Which, like, if you're gonna be, like, enchanting objects, like, you have to know anyway. I mean, I mostly know prime and spirit. Pero that's, like, my shit. So, like, if I wanted to learn, like, some other kind of thing to, enchant an object, I'd have to either, like, get help from somebody that knows it, or, like, learn it myself.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting. Thank you for clearing that up. I suppose I'll just keep it on my person?
No problem. That's, like, really... I feel like that would be really useful. Do you, like, know how it works?
Basically, I can call the operator to call at any point in time, I suppose. I can only use it once a day. But I've gotten calls from my future self on this before... And I've also called in the past, obviously. I've gotten another call from other people as well, but I'm not sure about that.
Like, do you know, like, anything about them?
No.
Okay.
They were clearly
like
busy doing something.
I feel like it'd be worth asking perhaps next time.
Yes.
Like, if you get another call from
If I get another call, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen to Tall, Dark, and Viney in there? Like, how does this work?
Well, for right now, I'm just, like, this is just, like, a storage container. I think, like, Haniel wants to do something with them later. But, like, I don't know. This is just, like, so they don't get sent to the abyss, and they don't, like, possess anything else.
Well, I suppose it's a method of containing them. I just worry with what if they break out, you know?
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Okay.
And if they do, the vacuum is right here. Like, this doesn't replenish their energy at all. It just kind of traps them there.
Mm-hmm.
I think she wants to, like, find them hosts or whatever. I don't know. It's not really any of my business.
Well, that might be something. We'll see.
After a minute or two, like about 30 minutes, there's a knock at the door, and Doris lets Haniel in. And she goes, "Oh, I see you've trapped them. Good job, everybody. Wow, you really... Sorry about... that's unfortunate."
It's alright.
Looking at Arakia.
I'd like to think we didn't do too badly, but I think we learned a few lessons.
I think this body has been through worse.
Why don't we let you rest over the weekend before I send you out on anything else?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The single tear, like, sheds down Arakiel's cheek. Thank you so fucking much.
Finally, kindness from another.
Alright, well, do y'all got anywhere to stay? I mean, well, first of all, I guess what happened exactly, I'd like to know.
Well, we found the object, clearly. It I guess had summoned or made a chimera of some sort in the woods, and it was attacking people, so we killed that, and then we contained this.
Well, there were those two humans.
Humans?
And they were wearing masks, and one of them had a sword.
And that strange object with the P on it.
Yes.
The P? Like,
The letter.
urine?
The letter. The letter P.
Oh, well, thank God for that. I don't know. They sound like hunters, though.
Sounds like it, yes. They're human. Very clearly human, and they recognized us as demons.
Sounded like a couple of country fried assholes to me, but, that was my opinion.
They seemed perfectly fine to me. I don't think they were fried.
Well, I mean, I guess you should be lucky that they didn't kill you on sight.
Yeah. They didn't want to work with us, but they retreated when they heard about the Earthbound, which was 2 Earthbound trapped in a single object.
Yeah, 2 to be soon.
I'm sorry, what?
There were 2 Earthbound trapped in a single object.
That should not be possible.
They mentioned something about being someone, I think they said he offered them the power, that they were weak before, but then someone gave them power. Someone referred to with, the H pronouns that humans use. Those ones?
I see. Alright. I'll inform my contact and we can kind of see if we can investigate on this. It might be what's causing all of these strange goings-ons.
That might be.
And if we can put a stop to that, we can, at least try and make things a little bit better. Alright. I guess point 2, where are y'all gonna stay?
Well, we were going to ask you that.
Well, I mean, I would invite you into my home, but I live with 2 children and my husband, and they're all human.
They're very human.
They're pretty human, so I don't think...
Yes, Arakiel especially cannot do a good human impression.
No.
You do try.
Well, I don't know. Doris, do you mind them staying here? They can't stay here. No. Well, I guess that solves that. I mean, they can stay here for, the weekend, but if they want to get, stay here for longer, no.
Well, I guess we're going to have
that.
to find a place to rent, I suppose.
I had a place that I was staying, but I don't think it would be suitable.
Where were you
Right,
staying?
it has to be at least within the state.
And indoors.
Yeah, that's what I...
That is probably a very good thing for it to be as well.
Well, I've got my guitar in everything, and I guess I could play for tips or something to get some rent money.
I could...
It's just I have plenty of money.
Yes, we know you have plenty of money.
Oh.
Yeah, I could just rent a place and you guys can stay there. It's fine.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
I mean, I'll have to still look for something, so we'll probably have to stay here until then, if that's all right with you. And Doris is like, I guess, yeah. Fucking, if you have to, just don't, get in my way. Or, if I have company over, be cool. But I guess otherwise, yeah, it's fine.
All right, I guess we're going house hunting.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
All right, and you guys are gonna level up.
Yay!
You guys are gonna get 20 experience points. And I'm gonna tell you what all of the things that you can get are. Okay, you can get a new ability that costs 3, a new lore costs 7, and it's 10 if it's from a different house. A new attribute is the current rating of that attribute times 4. I'm sorry, adding a point to an attribute is the current rating of the attribute times 4.
Okay.
Adding a point to an ability is the current rating times 2. Lore is current rating times 5. Background is current rating times 3. Virtue is current rating times 2. The willpower is just the current rating. Faith is current rating times 7, and then removing torment is 10.
Great.
Okay.
And you can hold on to, like, extra bits.
Okay.
Obviously. You just have to, like, make some kind of note somewhere.
Right, yeah, I'm gonna need to...
This is easy. 20 points and I can max out Lore of Flame. Boom.
Yeah, So if I add Lore of the Forge and I add... How many points can I add?
You can add a new... when you get the new lore, it's 7, and then it's the current rating times 5. So, like, 1
Oh, okay.
would be 5, and then 2 would be 10. No, it would not. Yeah, it would.
I'm
What the
a
fuck?
little
I'm dumb.
confused.
Okay.
So, basically, like, when you add a new lore, it's 7, and then when you want to add on to that lore, like, get another point in it, it's however many dots you have times 5.
Okay, I see. So if I want to add, like, Lore of the Forge, then it's 7, it costs 7, and then I get 1 point, and to add to it, like...
It'd be 5.
Okay.
1 times 5 is 5.
Okay.
Oh, this is very useful. Okay.
And you guys get 20 points because you all did really well.
Yay!
And nobody died.
Yay! Alright,
You would have only gotten 15 if somebody died.
Oh, no!
Well, I literally just finished
well-
Flames, so I guess that means I got all the Visage stuff now, or whatever.
Yeah, basically, Visage is just whatever your primary lore is, that you have that Visage.
Okay.
And so you'll get, like, all of the stuff for Vakiel's Visage that you can get. So you'll get all of those, like, you get an extra action and 2 to your initiative score. Like
Yeah.
you needed it.
Yeah.
Hey gang, this episode is kind of weird. It's me, Kat. The first half of this episode, as you may have noticed, was some leveling up and some other stuff. Let me get into all of the good ad juice. That ad juice. Drink it down. Slurp it up. That's how ads work on this show. No, but we are on Tumblr. Our Tumblr is ladiesofdarkness.tumblr.com. No dashes, no hyphens, no nothing special like that. It's all like one word. And you can be like more other on Tumblr and give us a shout out. Talk about us, maybe, using that Lodcast hashtag. You can also use that Lodcast that hashtag on Twitter. In which we are Lodwad. Once again, no hyphens, that's Lodwod. Certainly not Rob did that, and, you know, he got a mention last week on the show, gets a mention this week on the show, until we just have too many people talking about the show, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. We're pretty, new. But we are on those sweet, sweet social meets. We're also on iTunes, so if you want to give us a little rating, and subscribe, maybe, on iTunes. I'm pretty sure that's how iTunes works. I don't actually have iTunes. I just outed myself right there, but we are also on SoundCloud and Podbean and YouTube. So you can listen to us on a multitude of platforms. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. The rest of this episode is just going to be kind of like downtime between the NPCs and our main characters. It's like split into 3 parts. So this episode's gonna be kind of long, but you'll get to find out a lot more about our characters. There's some hints in there for some future stuff. Ooh, and some, like a little bit of setup for the next arc. So, I'm really excited about the rest of this show. I hope everybody else is too. It'd be super weird if I was the only person. It wouldn't be that weird. It would be pretty logical. But, I'm really excited for the future of the show. And yeah, congrats on us. We finished our first arc. This is like the 7th episode. And, yeah, I'm real excited for this next shit. Oh, it's so good. It's so excited. Arakiel, you notice that Doris is going out. Some time ago, Dorian kind of went out to go, like, house hunting, basically.
That's so hilariously domestic of him.
Well, I mean, you gotta stay somewhere. But she's instructing Nina on what is in their refrigerator, but then she stops and she pauses and she looks at you and quickly walks over to you and, like, grabs your jaw with her hands.
Arakiel does not move.
Not quite on my level, but it'll do. And from the other side of the room at her desk, you can hear Nina groan. Oh, come on, don't take Arakiel. When you took me, it was awful. Let him live. Now, I've made my decision, and that's final.
Oh.
And she like, grabs you by the arm and leads you out the door.
Well, I guess we're going. Bye.
Yeah, like, as you're leaving the apartment, Nina's like, don't go.
There's, like, a look of sheer terror. Like, Arakiel doesn't know what to expect. But they don't like it.
Yeah, she kind of scales down the stairway and into the parking lot. And she unlocks her beat-up-looking Bronco and says, "Get in, dirt boy, we're going out."
Okay. Arakiel very, like, carefully gets in, but they're not good at being in a car, so they, like, knock a few things over.
She's just like, don't worry about those cans, just move them over with your feet.
Why are there cans?
Listen, sometimes I get thirsty when I'm driving. It happens to the best of us.
Okay.
But she drives into town and to another slightly better looking apartment complex.
Whoa.
And when the two of you get out of the car, she places a hand on your shoulder. Mm-hmm. And you feel your body, like, tingle at the touch. And you realize for a moment she's used some kind of lure on you.
Arakiel has accepted their fate. They just kind of whisper, like, please be quick about it.
And she like, nods and she goes, "Follow me." And she leads you up the stairs, and as you ascend, you hear the sound of very loud music being played, and it only gets louder until you stop outside the very door that it is coming from. And she knocks on the door a couple of times, and it opens to reveal a very cloudy, I guess you would call it, room.
Oh.
with like a lot of people inside.
Oh! Did she take Arakiel to a house party?
Yes.
Oh my god.
The guy at the door looks over both you and Doris, and before, like, he kind of gives a grin, and he goes, "Shit, D, you know the best people, huh?" And he steps out of the way and allows you two to enter. And she goes, "Of course, this is Arakiel." She gestures to you for, like, a moment before just walking away.
Oh.
Into the party somewhere.
Oh. Well, I thought she was going to kill me, but this is very different.
Wait, does Arakiel say that out loud?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah, the guy who opened the door is like, "Whoa, gnarly, man. That's fucking crazy."
Yeah. Radical.
Nah, Dee's cool. She'd probably not kill anybody.
I know. Arakiel doesn't know that. Arakiel barely knows her. They're like, she has this vacuum appliance that's very scary, and I don't like the noise it makes.
Yeah, man, vacuum scared the shit out of me too.
So, hello. You?
Sup?
Well,
you're sufficiently awkward, so I'm gonna go into the other room and have a smoke.
Okay.
And with that, you are kind of left at the front room of this party.
Okay. I'm gonna say that Arakiel's gonna try to find Doris. Because they are very afraid of being alone in this room of humans and has absolutely no idea how they're gonna fuck it up.
Okay.
There's a little bit of, like, trying to watch humans do their human thing without looking creepy. But, yeah.
You kind of, like, walk throughout the party to try and find her, and you catch a kind of a glimpse at yourself in one of the hallway mirrors, and you almost don't recognize yourself, in fact.
Oh.
I mean, it still looks like your host body, just, like, cleaner and brighter and more conventionally attractive.
Arakiel, like, stares at the mirror and then, like, kind of touches the mirror and then touches the frame.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, this is what they use. And then continues trying to find Doris.
Okay, yeah, you eventually find Doris in the kitchen, where her and a bunch of other people are standing around. What is this? I don't know, maybe like sugar or flour or something?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Ren, I don't want Arakiel to snort a line. They're not ready. All they've done is smoke weed in a barn.
Doris, however, does, and everybody is like yells afterwards, like they're cheering.
Arakiel immediately walks away, very perturbed by all this noise, not understanding what that is she's snorting. In general, starting to become very convinced that this is some kind of really elaborate ritual that humans do before they murder a fallen or something.
Yeah, the party is incredibly loud. The music is like well past levels that somebody would call the police for. But, like, somebody eventually, like, hands you their, like, half-empty can of Coke. And so you spend a lot of the time at this party just holding that, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting for this person to come back for their Coke.
Yeah.
And they never do.
Oh, that's so sad. It's all alone.
And, like, towards the, what you could assume is the end of the party as people are leaving, Doris comes back to you and she goes, "Where have you been all night? Have you just been standing here?
Pretty much.
You're like 3 feet away from the doorway.
Yeah.
Why didn't you come and get me?"
I tried, but then there was a lot of noise, and people were screaming, and I didn't really want to be in the middle of that. So I just stayed here with this can.
What? Are you drinking that?
No.
Give me it. Let me... She, like, takes it from you and, like, pours the rest of it in the sink and then throws it in the trash.
What if they come back for it?
It's hot. They're not coming back for it.
Oh. Huh. But there's a fridge.
Yeah, that's just how humans are.
Okay.
She, like, says goodbye to the host, and and the two of you, like, leave this party. And as you're headed home, Doris stops at, like, a gas station. And she goes, "I'm gonna go in and, get some food. Would you like to come in? It's not loud inside."
All right. Will I have to be convincingly human?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Weird people stop at gas stations all the time.
Okay. That sounds good.
She, like, I guess buys you whatever you want from this gas station. What do you think Arakiel would want from a gas station?
Okay, so I'm visualizing this. I think Arakiel spends a good, like, full minute just looking at the gas dispensers. Like, what, the gas machine, whatever. Like, they're just staring at the nozzle, like, they have no idea what this is, and they think it's cool as shit. Then they finally go in, but they stop, and they look at the ice machine and take another good minute.
Yeah, the, like, cashiers, like, looks at Doris and they're just like, "Is he okay?" And she's just like, "He's really, really high right now."
And then Arakiel goes to the fridge and notices, hey, there, and, like, grabs a random soda and walks back over to Doris and is like, "This one's cold."
Yeah, they're not... Listen, that person's... You probably never see them again in your life.
Oh. Did they die?
No, they just are a stranger.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, they might have died, but there's no way of knowing, really.
Well, that would be sad.
Would it?
Yes?
I mean, you didn't know them.
Well, humans are still important. They still give a lot to the world, and, you know, I really think they're amazing, and...
Listen, are y'all hippies gonna get food or not?
Sorry.
Don't mind him. We can continue our conversation outside.
What do I do with this? And Raquel's, like, staring at the soda.
I'll buy it for you.
Alright. Thank you.
And she, like, gets, like, a hot dog. And, a slushie.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Freeze your brain.
And, and, she, like, picks up some sunflower seeds on the way.
Oh my god! Wait, is there, like, a seed stand?
There's just, like, there's nuts and sunflower seeds.
Okay.
But there's not, like, a seed stand.
Yeah, I realized
it's, like,
as soon as I said that.
the sunflower seeds that you eat.
Yeah, I realized just as I said that, like, oh wait, those aren't going to grow into anything. Arakiel still gives them, like, a solid full minute of staring, though. Before finally figuring out, like, oh, you can't grow anything out of these. These are fucked up seeds.
She, like, pays for the food and then goes and sits on the hood of her car. And she, like, gestures for you to sit down beside her.
Arakiel sits down on the hood of the car, immediately slides off, and then, like, gets up and tries again, and this time manages to stay on the hood of the car, but they're balanced kind of precariously, and they're just looking at Doris like, please help.
And she is like how I'm sitting.
All
you
right.
see how I'm sitting? Try and mimic that.
Okay.
Do I need to adjust you?
What are you doing with your legs?
They're just over the hood. They're just
Over the hood.
you know, yeah.
All right. And Arakiel, like, kind of repositions their legs, and they slide off again, but then they get back up and they get it right. And by now their pants are, like, filthy.
You should. I'll buy you some new pants.
Oh.
This is becoming an extremely expensive venture for me. But thank you for coming out tonight.
I'm sorry, welcome?
It's okay.
All right.
I don't really ever have the nerve to go to those kinds of functions alone. I mean, my host body knows everyone there, but it's weird.
Oh, that's why you went.
Yes. I mean, they are kind of fun. There's lots of music, that's nice. Sometimes there's even food, that's better.
There were certainly fun things there. Like, screaming.
Yeah, I think it's just, like, the age group. They're all, like, in their 20-something.
They're that young?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta remember, humans don't really live very long. So.
They're all so young. It's very strange.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know. I've always really liked their, like, the way that they exist for such a short amount of time.
Oh, of course. And then they leave such an amazing mark on the world.
Oh, yeah. I love, their festivities and, I used to admire them so much before the war, but, I could never really join them.
Neither could I. I never really got to be very close to humans. I would get to be on Earth sometimes, but I never really got to see humans that much, and it was really a shame.
Me neither.
Sometimes...
I mean, I pretty much stayed in the sea and never ventured out from there. Well, I couldn't, rather. Sometimes
I wondered why they were so much better than us. But I think I'm starting to realize why the longer that I'm here.
She, like, smiles and kind of looks back into the store, and that's when she notices a flyer. And she, like, gets up real quick and she snatches it off this, like, wall filled with different various posters. And she goes, "Oh, it's for a fair this weekend. Do you want to go? There's a corn maze and everything."
Oh, that sounds amazing. Let's do it.
When Arakiel and Doris leave, it's very quiet. Dorian went out hours ago. You're not really sure why. And Valuel has been summoned by Haniel, so that really just leaves you and Nina in the very quiet apartment. She's like tinkering with a metal box, and the TV is playing The Price is Right, and the apartment's low greenish lighting kind of gives it like a really eerie feel. And very abruptly, Nina says, "Hey, can you hand me that wrench?" And she points to a very small wrench on the floor next to the mattress.
Ah, come on, what do you mean you think that TV's worth more than $50? You're crazy. It's crazy. You believe this? Oh, yeah, wrench, 1 second. I grab it.
The demon from inside the bin, like, howls. And she goes, "Oh, shut up, you got nothing to complain about." She takes the wrench from you. And starts working more on this box, and she goes, "So, Charlie, where are you from?"
I'm from upstate New York. Why?
"Oh shit, I'm from New Jersey!" That's probably the appropriate reaction.
That exact amount of uncomfortable silence.
Yeah, I'm from New Jersey. My parents and my older brothers live there as well. You got any siblings?
Nah, it was just me and my mom for a while, and then, well, my stepdad, but... Anyway, now it's just me.
Well, you know, I know a lot of things, so if you got any questions, I could probably answer them.
Yeah, what... So you got one of those demon things just stuck in a box over there? How does that work?
Well, you see, I am what one would call an archmage, which is like a really super powerful mage, and I specialize in spirit magic, as well as some prime magic, which is how I'm able to really capture it in there. It's just like a lot of mixing, items together. I'm basically, holding it in there with sheer willpower, you know?
That's, weird. I don't know about this whole magic stuff. I barely even believe that demons exist. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, well, I mean, you kind of have to believe that it exists, otherwise it doesn't work. Magic is kind of like that. I mean, my whole family, are basically archmages. People usually awaken when they're adults, unless they're related to someone who's a mage, in which, you know, they would probably more likely, awaken sooner. You probably won't because of the demon inside of you.
Okay, that's a bummer, I guess. But wait, my demon can do, like, magic shit herself, right? Like...
Yeah, I mean, you just won't have powers of your own, basically.
That's lame.
Yeah.
But a lot of fires start around me, so I guess that's what I gotta deal with.
I mean, I don't know, I guess it theoretically could be possible. I mean, here's the thing is that, like, I have never met somebody who was possessed and also, a mage, but I guess it's not technically impossible. I just am not sure if that you could, like, awaken with a demon inside of you. I think it would probably eject the demon.
But, like, otherwise it's just like, man, the tooth fairy's real, and all of a sudden, poof, there's a tooth fairy? Like, that's how it works?
Not really. It's kind of like, you just have the realization, about, like, the fact that magic is real, and, have essentially a stroke. And then when you wake up from it, though, you have magic, so that's pretty cool. I don't know, when it happened to me, I was like 10, so it's been some time.
Oh, wait, so you just had a magic stroke when you were 10?
Mm-hmm.
That is alarming. Are you okay? Do you got, like, issues from that? Like...
No, I mean, it's necessary in order to awaken to have your powers.
Okay.
And some people...
Are you gonna stroke out on me again?
No, it doesn't.
Like...
Well, I mean, when you talk to your, like, avatar, which is, essentially, a manifestation of your magical powers that only you can see. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. You kind of go into, like, a trance, but it's not especially strokey.
When she says, I know it sounds crazy, just Charlie has the biggest raised eyebrow, like, you kidding me? Are you looking at me right now? Alright, so what can you use this magic for and stuff, like, other than just trapping demons?
Well, as a spirit mage, I can, like, talk to ghosts. I can, there's so many things that you can do once you know prime magic, because you can enchant things. And, like, she, like, gets up, really excited, and she runs, around her desk to the two TVs stacked up on top of each other, and, she, like, turns the bottom TV on, which is impressive because it's got wires hanging out of the back. And she begins to explain, okay, so me and my friend, Lily, whose family is friends with mine from, like, a long time ago and is from France, we made this when we were younger. The TV is an artifact, which means it can only be used by mages, that can project, any show, from the past. Cause she, was really interested in, learning, like, time magic, and I was really interested in learning prime magic at the time. So basically, we've used it to watch Star Trek mostly.
Yeah, there's not a lot of history to the television at this point. You can go back, what, like 20 years?
Yeah. I mean, I've also watched episodes of The Clever Detective on it, but mostly just those two things.
I guess you got unlimited reruns. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can you use it to watch TV in the future if you, like, tweaked it?
It would be significantly more difficult, just because we don't really know what exists in the future. It is easier to see and travel into the future, I think. I'm not a time mage, so I wouldn't know as much about it. But this specifically, it's like a recording.
So what's the deal with this Clever Detective show anyway? I ain't never seen it.
Her, like, eyes light up, and she goes, okay, so, The Clever Detective is a supernatural mystery show written by Oliver Thistle. He's actually a mage himself, fun fact. It ran from 1955 to 1964, which led The Clever Detective into young adulthood before this show saw a decline in ratings versus the rising popularity of Doctor Who, but the show centers around Charles Silverlight. He's a young detective whose mind rivals Sherlock Holmes, and he discovers, like, this secret organization dedicated to hunting down evil objects. And then later in the show, he gets more into supernatural creatures and learns more about magic, but I don't really want to spoil that for you.
Okay. Not like I'm gonna get a chance to watch it.
Actually, and she points to the TV and she starts tuning it to, like, years ago. And she goes, we can watch it right now if you'd like.
I look over at the other regular TV and, like, they're just ending the episode of The Price is Right and the contestant lost or whatever, and I'm like, I knew it. Alright. I ain't got nothing better to do.
Okay. It takes her, like, a moment, but she, finally tunes it to the right channel, and the title card appears. You guys kind of, like, binge watch the first season, which is, like, only 9 episodes long, so it's pretty easy. And from what you understand, the show was definitely not meant for children. These, like, enchanted objects that Charles comes across are both, like, terrifying and fierce. In the first episode alone, it, like, centers around a man who has, like, lost his will to live and throws himself into his art, only to be haunted by the ghosts of his past. Literally. The second episode, Charles meets, like, 3 emissaries from the Order of All, quote unquote. One is a girl a little bit older than Charles. Her name is Elaine. She's got a short fuse and a smart mouth. Otherwise, there's a very wise woman that he met in the previous episode. She's elegant and mysterious and seems to know a lot about the arts, and her name is Valencia. The third is a willowy man who is in constant distress. He seems unreliable at first, but is actually almost as clever as the detective himself. Henry is his name. This episode revolves around a werewolf. It's not actually a werewolf, but a projection from the cursed object. The following episodes have many cursed objects, such as a sword, a clock, a mirror, a vase, and a coin. There are only, like, about 2 episodes left, when finally the door is, like, burst open by Dorian.
Oh, thank God. I mean, oh, hey.
He just, like, looks at the television and sighs. He's... What? How are you even watching that? How...
Magic?
Of course. He, walks over to the mattress on the floor and, hands you a flyer for the fair this weekend. He says, "This is happening this weekend. I think we should go. It mentions a corn maze, but as far as I know, corn doesn't grow like this in early April."
Oh. I was gonna say they, like, mow it out and that's how they make the maze, but you're right. Wrong season.
He goes, "I think it might be an earthbound, or at the very least, something bad."
So, just extra corn is bad. Got it. Alright, well, I mean, I'm following you guys' lead. Where else am I gonna go?
Yeah. Well, at least we have plans for the weekend.
Great.
And Nina goes, "Shh, there's these final 2 episodes left." And she makes both of you sit down and watch them. And they're about like a former member of the Order who's creating these objects. He is a tall, thin man whose face is always obscured, save for his sickly-looking smile, which, for some reason, makes your stomach churn every time it's shown.
Well, that was weird. Anyway, I'm gonna take a nap.
Oh, but do you not want to watch season 2?
Maybe another time.
About some stuff. And when you arrive at her house, it's about like mid-afternoon. She sits you down in her kitchen of her like neat and tidy little home, and gives you a nice snack. It's probably like pretzels and cream cheese dip.
Crafty. That's so typical, though. I would totally expect that. Yeah. Valwell eats the snack that is given. Probably not like super into that, but you know, gonna fake it, gotta. Mm-hmm. yeah, gotta suck up to the higher ups.
She goes, "I'd like to ask you for a favor, if that's all right. I'm asking you because I don't know how reliable the other 2 are."
Okay, it depends on the favor. I can either just outright swear my fealty, but I can try my best.
All right. I'd like you to keep an eye on Samael. Have a contact who doesn't trust him. I mean, they're both slayers, so I want to at least look into it. After all, a slayer would know a slayer better than a devil ever could.
True. It feels almost wrong, but I'll keep an eye on him. I can't promise to, like, snoop or give you any information that I'm not privy to, but, if anything comes up, I'll let you know.
Thank you. And, she looks like she's about to say something else, but the conversation is interrupted by, Haniel's son returning home from school. "Mama, are we still going to the fair this weekend? Cause, like, you said that we were, so, you know, yes, we're still going. Okay, cause Em also wants to go, and actually she'll be over in a moment, so, yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and clean my room." "Okay, well, you go do that then, son." And, he kind of, like, rushes up the stairs, very quickly. And after a moment or two, a teenage girl enters the Hardy home. She's got short black hair, glasses, and a bright red backpack on. "Hey, Miss H, is Rick upstairs?" And She, like, walks into the kitchen as if she lives there, but she kind of, like, stops short as soon as she sees you. Oh, sorry. I didn't know you had company.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a friend of, and I'd completely blank on her last name, like her human last name, because I only call her, like, Haniel. But, I just kind of look pleadingly, the lady of the house.
It's all right. Mary Margaret, this is Jania. Mary Margaret lives next door. Richie is in fact upstairs, hun. Oh, okay. Cool. And, Mary Margaret gets about halfway up the stairs before Haniel calls her back down again. And you hear, like, her trudge back down the stairs before popping back in the kitchen with a smile. What do you got in that backpack, sweetheart? Oh, you know, just school books. Oh, really? Like what? Well, you know, like science textbooks and stuff. Oh, really? Well, Janina here's a doctor. I'm sure she'd be real interested in that kind of thing.
Oh, yes, it's actually one of my favorite things to talk about.
It's super boring.
I would love to talk if you were interested in science, and I try and, like, play to like, make her more interested, because I can clearly see Haniel's trying something.
She goes, no, it's fine. It's just super. It's not even, you wouldn't even be interested in it, because it's, like, boring stuff.
Oh, really? Because I'm a researcher, so I love the mundane stuff. Honestly, if you need any homework help, I'd be glad to help.
Mary Margaret kind of, like, looks real nervous, and Haniel gives her, like, the mom look. She goes, Mary Margaret Chang. And the teenager just, like, groans loudly before opening her backpack. And inside are several issues of Playboy in which Haniel just breezes right past instead and plucks out a book on the occult. Now what do you need this for? Why can't y'all be normal teenagers and look at girly mags exclusively? Hey! Whoa! That one's not mine. I'm holding it for a friend. Huh. Well, if your friend wants it, tell them they can come and get it from me. Ugh, fine. I guess we'll just have to look at these Playboys to pass the time. Now that's right. Now run along.
And Valois just kind of, like, amusedly laughs, just like, like trying to hold it in, but it's just not working.
And, the girl, like, huffs again and then just walks back up the stairs. I gotta keep my kids away from demonic stuff so they don't get in it, you know? I don't really want them thinking about me being a demon, so the less they know, the better. You know how it is.
Well, it looks like your boy is a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, he's found out a couple of times, but, I mean, I just erased his memories, so it doesn't even matter that much.
Gotta be careful with those, though. Those can come back to bite you in the ass.
I mean, they haven't yet, so here's hoping.
Well, I trust your judgment, and I hope things go okay. It would be a shame to lose a cover like this.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Nobody suspects a housewife.
Right. I can imagine. I'm a little bit more mobile because I don't really have anything like that, and I have more awareness of, you know, everything that's going on, no real life to cling to, so unfortunately, I don't have that option.
Well, I mean, I sort of didn't when I first started. I mean, Cynthia, my host body, she's not really a good mom. So, when I first moved in, it was rough. But I think over the past 2 years, I've made a difference.
Well, I mean, good for you. Honestly, Cynthia's benefiting from this.
Yeah, I mean, before, you know, her husband was awful, she was awful. Now, if he steps out of line, I just, hypnotize him.
Nice. Well, that'll work.
Would you like to stay for dinner?
Oh, I wouldn't want to impose.
No, it's not imposing at all. Besides, Mary Margaret's always imposing herself.
Well, if you have room for one more, I wouldn't mind. It would be a nice change
Of course.
from, the usual.
She, like, makes kind of, like, idle chat with you as she, like, prepares dinner. And, her husband comes home. He's, like, a pretty, tall man with, like, dark tanned skin and, like, a strong nose and stronger jawline.
Mm-hmm.
But they seem really, really, like, almost weirdly domestic, as if they're, like, a couple from a 50s TV show. And her younger child, who you wonder, like, where she has been all of this time, that you have been, every time, the past 2 times you've been here, you've not seen her at all. She is a 2-year-old girl, and she looks just like her mom. Her hair is, like, a lighter color, but she's got, like, wide eyes and a big smile.
Aw, that's cute.
And, yeah, you kind of, like, start to have this meal with her husband, her 2 children, and the neighbor girl.
That's, okay. So Val will definitely make small chat with everybody. Is a little bit not at ease with this whole weird, like, TV show almost. Like, I assume Val would feel really out of place, because this is, like, so out of, like, her experience.
Yeah, it is exactly almost like a 50s sitcom.
Yeah, this is, like, so weird to her. So she's just, like, trying to keep up, but just also being like, I should not be here. So, like, probably just nervous glances, like, all the time.
Midway through the meal, Mary Margaret kind of looks at you and she goes, "Are you coming to the fair this weekend too?"
I wasn't planning on it. I have some very important research that should be done. Also, I might be doing some music stuff. I might be songwriting. I don't know.
Oh, sweet! I play the guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And, like, at this, like, Valois just, like, completely switches gears and just, like, is super invested in this. Like, oh my god, okay, how long have you been playing?
I've been playing for, like, a year. I'm pretty good. I only know Black Sabbath, but that's pretty good, I think.
That's awesome. I'm so glad. I worry that music is dying out among the younger generations, but, I keep being proven wrong, and it's wonderful. Oh, that's so refreshing.
I mean, you look like you're in your 20s, so I don't know how much of the younger generations are being lost, but...
Listen, when you're in your 20s, you'll feel so old. Don't question it.
Okay, alright, there's gonna be, like, bands and stuff at the fair, though, if you're really that into music.
And she's, like, trying to contain, so she, like, glances over at Haniel and is just like, is this cool? I kinda wanna go.
Haniel, like, nods, like, it's okay.
Yes, I will be there.
Cool, there's gonna be a corn maze. And she is, like, kind of really excited, and at this point Richie pipes up, which is real weird, because it's early April.
That is pretty weird. I hope they figure out where to get all that corn for the maze.
I think it's aliens.
Probably.
Listen, y'all.
You're probably right.
I think it might be aliens, and Haniel's just like, it's probably not aliens, Richie. It could be, though.
And Vala just, like, laughs and is excited about the music again, just, like, thinking. So she's really distracted now.
Yeah, you're just, like, through the rest of the meal, you just kind of, like, daydream, and after the meal, Richie and Mary Margaret kind of go back upstairs, and Haniel just kind of, like, sees you off. She's like, well, have a good evening. I trust that you'll take into mind what I've told you this evening.
Oh, of course. I'll let you know. as soon as, if I see anything, and it's still kind of distracted and thinking about like, oh my God, there's going to be music. I'm going to see music being played and it's going to be wonderful. And there's going to be all these great melodies around me again. And it's going to be so good. She's just really obsessed with music. But, she tries to get back into the conversation and pretend like she's listening. But she's like, oh yeah, if there's a problem with me coming, I totally understand.
No problem.
I love seeing humans get so excited about things that I like.
Yeah, she's just like, there's not a problem. It's a fair. I mean, anybody can go. I'm really only just going because the kids want to.
I mean, that's probably a good mother thing to do.
I guess.
Well, I will try not to get in your way or anything.
It'll probably be fine.
Okay. And I wave and I make my way back.
On your way back, from I guess, do you have a purse?
Yeah, I have a backpack thing.
Okay, then from your backpack you hear a phone ring.
Oh, okay. Yep. I pick up the phone. Hello.
And when you answer, there's a voice, and she goes, "Hey, is this Valuel?"
This is Valuel.
Okay, great. Hi. You don't really know me. This is my third maybe? I don't know how it is chronologically for you. I just get told to call you at certain times. Hi, I figured you would need some explanations, or some answers, rather.
Sure. Yeah, please feel free.
This phone was created by a mage, in the 1950s. So not too far in the past from where you are, but, not as far in the future as I am. He died, shortly after making it. All of my stuff that I get is from him. I guess he made all of these calls in rapid succession. But it's imperative that whenever I call you, you listen to what I say, because they're coming from him, and he's a really powerful mage, so he would know a lot better than you or I. I mean, I'm a mage too, but I guess I'm not really on the same level, so...
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely listen to whatever you have to say. You've already proven yourself to me, at least in my eyes. I'm not sure about my compatriots, but we'll see. But yes, please continue. I'm sorry if I interrupted.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if you had any questions.
I have a lot of questions, but I'm not sure how many you can answer at this point. So I'm just wondering, there's no other way. There's one call a day, I think? Is that correct?
Yes, you can only call one person a day. However, you can get multiple calls in one day.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, just in case I hear it ring more than once. Is there ever a time I should not pick up?
As far as I know, no.
Okay. There's nothing else I can think of off the top of my head. Is this the only point I will have in which I can ask questions?
I mean, if I call you again, I don't see why you can't, unless I'm, really, really busy. Things get kind of hectic here.
Well, I assume as you are in the future, from what you've said.
Yes. Go ahead.
Are you trying to change anything?
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, right now, as it seems, things are kind of end of the world looking, but it also seems, from your perspective in time, that things are also getting very close to end of the world looking. And in the future, from where I am, things will be once again end of the world looking. So I guess we're trying to stop all three from happening.
Okay. All right. We can try and see if we can do that. And is this the only artifact that ties these times together?
As far as I know.
Okay. That's all I have that really sticks out at me right now.
Okay. If you have any more questions, like I said, unless I literally am super pressed for time, feel free to ask them. I just feel like I had to call and tell you that you can ask me questions because Oliver doesn't allow me any time to ask questions. So what I know is pretty much from what I've gathered and not necessarily inherent fact.
Oh, and do you have a name?
Oh, it's Rose.
Rose. Hello, I'm Valuel.
Hi. It's good to know that that is actually your name. Sometimes he calls you, like, Valerie. It's okay.
It's okay.
He calls me, like, a time witch. So I think
Okay.
towards the end he was just losing it a little bit.
All right. Is this the creator of this instrument?
Oliver?
Yes.
Yes. As far as I
Okay.
know.
All right. Yeah, there's nothing really else that I needed to know, but it's nice to know that you are allowing me to ask, Rose.
You're welcome, I guess? I feel like it's only common courtesy.
Yeah, I mean, time is a very complicated subject and one I'm deeply personally invested in, so...
Same!
Well, we have common ground there. No, but, if there was anything else you need to say, please feel free.
No, my boss looks like they're about to yell at me, so I should probably get going anyway.
Okay.
Thanks. I guess, I don't know why I said thanks. Sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry about it, and, until next time.
Okay. Bye. And she
Bye.
hangs up the phone, and, you walk all the way back to Nina's apartment, where you see Nina, Charlie, and Dorian all sleeping in the living room on the mattress. And the only thing that's playing on the TV is static.
I turned the TV off.